In this video, I'm going to give you some tips for working between Adobe Fresco and Adobe Illustrator. And in a previous video, I went through the anatomy of the PDF file that you get when you export from Fresco that you can open in Illustrator. And we saw that there are a lot of unnecessary things like clip groups and clipping paths that are around the art, and you might want to clean those up once you're in Illustrator. But also there are some groups that you don't want to ungroup without being aware of them. Once you've seen that video and understand that process, we can move on to working with a more complex file with many more layers. This is a copy I made of a painting by Henri Matisse using vector brushes in Fresco. So here are a few tips to keep in mind. A new path is created with a vector brush every time you lift your pencil or pen in Fresco. Knowing this is important because you can generate a lot of individual paths as you draw. Fresco vector brushes work like the blob brush in Illustrator, but there is no merging of paths of the same color like there is with the blob brush. So when creating a larger filled shape, you might want to remember to keep your pen in contact with the screen as you fill it in, or draw enclosing shapes and then fill them with the paint bucket. Another tip, Fresco layers become groups in Illustrator. Knowing this will help you think in terms of how many layers you need to keep everything grouped as you want it in Illustrator. As you can see, I have a lot of layers here. Each one of these generates a group in Illustrator. So for example, I would want to draw all the beads in the necklace on one layer in Fresco, knowing that in Illustrator, the necklace will be a group. Tip number 3. Use layer groups in Fresco to organize your art before exporting it to Illustrator. Before moving on to Illustrator, I like as a final step to just gather my background layers into layer groups in Fresco. So just drag one layer on top of another layer, and that starts your layer group. As you work, pay attention to the stacking order, and if you need to adjust within the layer group, double tap on its thumbnail to open the group layer stack. Then I go through my artwork and I look for other layers that I can consolidate into layer groups in any way that makes sense. I'm just organizing my document from the background to the midground to the foreground. By the time I'm done, I've consolidated about 36 layers into 10 layer groups. Once you've consolidated your file, you can go to the Export button at the top and export the file as a PDF so you can open it in Illustrator. When I open the file in Illustrator, I can look in my Layers panel and see that everything is on one layer. So all of the groups and clip groups that I created in the layer groups in Fresco are right here inside of Layer 1. The layer at the bottom is just the white background, which I don't need, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that. I'm going to make my layers larger and more visible by going to the Options menu, Panel Options, and then changing this here to 40 pixels so we can see more of the layer thumbnails. Next, as we saw in my last video, every clip group has a clipping path at the top of its stacking order. When I select it, you can see it's a rectangular outline around the group, and it's outlining what was formerly a Fresco layer. If I switch to outline mode, we can see these rectangles are everywhere in my work, and they aren't really serving a function. They aren't actually masking anything. These just come along with the PDF export. And I want to get rid of them all in one shot. So with this one clipping path selected in my Layers panel, I'll go up to the Select menu and choose Same, Fill, and Stroke. Notice these are all invisible rectangles. Up in the control bar, I can see the fill and stroke is set to none. These are the only objects in my art with this appearance, so it's safe to hit the delete key and get rid of them all at once without losing anything important in my art. And as I mentioned in the last video, the groups in the Layers panel will still be named Clip Group by default, and you can always double click and change those if that gets confusing, because these are just groups now. Without the clipping path, they really aren't clip groups. So with those clipping paths out of the way, it's easy to go with the white arrow, the direct selection tool, and select and delete any stray brush strokes and just clean things up outside of the artboard. Next, we're going to layer up this file. So I'll collapse this group, and we need to take every one of these layer groups that come from Fresco, everything at this indentation level, and make it an Illustrator layer. Because right now we only have one layer in this file, and these are all objects. And that means that we're missing out on some of the editing flexibility that we can get from layering up. To do this, the first step is to select layer 1, then go to the Options menu and choose Release to Layer Sequence. Notice now these are all sublayers. Each one has a different highlight color, and the names have changed to layer and they're numbered. Sublayers in Illustrator function just like layers, but they're contained in another layer, so layer 1 at the top in this case. Now at least we can use some of the layer functionality that we didn't have before. You can use that Option or Alt click shortcut to hide everything and show one sublayer at a time, or use that same Option Alt key to lock everything else while unlocking a single layer. So this is great. It's a step in the right direction. But I don't really need layer 1 containing all these sublayers. So to make these into full Illustrator layers, I'm going to select them all, just holding Shift, then click and drag all of them at once up above layer 1. So not on layer 1, but when you see the blue highlight above layer 1, release, and then I've moved the stack all above layer 1. And I can tell layer 1 is empty because it doesn't have that arrow here, so I'll select it and delete it. And now I have a nice clean stack of layers in Illustrator. So this makes it easier for me to go into my layers and groups, locate the objects I need, regroup them if necessary, so I can resize and reposition them like this giant hand that I wanted to make smaller. And there are so many more Illustrator features I can use, like one of my favorites, Recolor artwork. I get so much inspiration from playing around with color palettes, and I even teach a class in Recolor artwork on my Teachable site. So I hope you've enjoyed my tips for working between Adobe Fresco and Adobe Illustrator. My name is Laura Coyle. Follow me and subscribe for all my Illustrator tips, tutorials, and courses.